Hi beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Cassie and I make faith related and medical related videos. Welcome to another call day vlog. Today is Saturday and I'm going to bring you guys along for call with me. The time right now, I'm late, but the time right now is like just past 8 o'clock and I'm about to leave the house and head to the hospital. I stay like 2 minutes away from the hospital, so thankfully, even though I'm late, I'm not that late. Yeah, so I'm about to head to the hospital right now, and yeah, I'm on call today. It's a 24-hour call, although I'll probably bring you guys along for just the first 12 hours. If it extends, then I'll bring you guys along for the evening as well, but chances are it's going to be just the first 12 hours. So yeah, I'm just about to leave the house right now and go to the hospital. At the hospital, I'm gonna pass through OPD, the outpatient department, and check out on my intern and see how things are happening. Kind of like just to check out how he's doing, if there are a lot of patients, if it's going to be a busy day, just to get a feel of my day. I'm going to pass by OPD and then I'm going to go to the call room and leave my stuff. I'm going with my laptop and everything because I need entertainment throughout the course of the day. And I'm going to go and leave all that upstairs in the call room, and then I'm going to go to the lab to get results for my patients. I did blood cultures on a bunch of my patients earlier this week and I think the results should be out today. And once I pick that up, I'm going to be going to the ward to do a ward round. So as usual, I'm going to bring you guys along for that, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Let's get going to the hospital.
Most of the things I don't want to say, I won't be around while you chase. You want to hear me up when you make. You'll try and come back when you're famous. I always want to prove, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not basic. Why is this so funny? You wanna get with me, stop. Those on this side, those over on this side. Hey, told me about all your insecurities for what? Drag me like 2 hours to your family's house for what? Said you need some time, but I should stick around for what? Always felt like sticking around's the same as being stuck. That's that shit that drives me crazy. And like guns with the aching and getting under my skin.
How are you? What time do you not go from Saturday? Because I'm here the whole day.
Excited. Yeah. You play
Hey guys, I hope you hear me well. I am currently driving and the time right now is 12:20. I just finished my ward round. It was actually a bit of a busy morning. I just finished my ward round. I had a few patients but a lot of procedures. I had to collect blood from a lot of them. Yeah, I started off like I said. I went to OPD and OPD was fairly quiet. There was only one patient in the queue at the time when I went there, and so I was like, okay, that's good. I hope the day will continue like that. And then I went to the lab to check for my results for blood culture, which are unfortunately not ready. One was ready and they were just testing sensitivity, but I was already told that it was Diplococcus that was found on the culture, and I found that very interesting because that's the first time I've gotten a culture of Diplococcus. But yeah, so they were doing sensitivity, and then I'll go and check on it in the afternoon, and I'm sure that will tell me what antibiotic I can put my patient on. So yeah, there's that. And then I went to the ward and I saw a bunch of patients. There's one patient though that I really was seeing for quite some time. Newly diagnosed HIV positive child, 8 years old. The mother said she just noticed the child was getting ill like frequently and took her for testing because the mother is positive and found that the child is actually positive. Yeah, and just started medication about 2 weeks ago and has come in now with diarrhea and vomiting and a bad pneumonia. And so for such a patient, ideally you'd want to rule out opportunistic infections because the child was immunosuppressed for so many years. and starting antiretrovirals without thoroughly investigating the child was not so good. You'd want to thoroughly investigate that child. But yeah, so I had to order a bunch of tests. I've ordered CD4s and viral loads to check the amount of suppression that she has. I've ordered investigations for TB, for other opportunistic infections, and the hope is just that she does not have any infection that's too bad. But what's worrying me is the amount of diarrhea that she's having, and the fact that she is just having a really, really bad cough. I'm suspecting that could be TB, which is manageable, but the diarrhea is really what's stressing me, and I hope it's not something too bad. So yeah, right now I'm driving. I'm about to go and eat lunch. It's 12. My core day is really quiet, honestly. My core day is really quiet. Sorry, there was someone who was doing something weird in front of me. My core day is really quiet. I feel like I've said that a lot of times. And I was a bit not stressed, but I was a bit worried. In my last core day vlog, if you watched it, I was like, I don't know if I should continue doing core days, because core days were fun when I was a GRMO, and I had things. I was in OPD, I was one admitting the patients, and I had things to show you guys. But honestly, like, my core day right now as a senior is very chilled. Like right now I've left the hospital, I'm coming to have lunch, and then I'll go back to the hospital. And the way it's looking, like, if it's a quiet day, I won't really have much to show or communicate with you guys. So I was worried about that, but like a lot of you responded to that and said I should still continue doing the core days, of which that is what I'm going to continue. I haven't packed well. Let me just do this again. Of which I am going to continue doing the core days, but they are going to be a lot different from the way my previous core days used to be as a junior doctor, because I was there, I was the one seeing the patient, I was the one admitting, so on and so forth. But now I just review the ones that are admitted, I review critically ill patients, and yeah, it's a bit different. But yeah, anyway, let's go inside. I have reached where I am going. Let's go have a quick lunch, and then we'll be heading back to the hospital. So I just finished my lunch. It was really, really nice. I had a creamy pasta with bacon and chicken, and it was really, really nice. So I just got a call from the hospital that my intern is admitting a child who had complaints of vomiting, excessive vomiting, and was said to have done an abdominal scan which showed an aquarium pyloric stenosis. So yeah, I'm going to review that patient. There could be an electrolyte imbalance because of the amount of vomiting that the child has done. When you vomit excessively, you lose electrolyte in the fluid that is coming out. So there could be an electrolyte imbalance, although I have been informed that according to hydration, the child is not dehydrated. So I need to go and do a test for electrolytes and see how much electrolytes the child has, and possibly correct that. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm heading to the hospital. Hey beautiful people, so I saw the patient I was talking to you guys about, the one who has suspected pyloric stenosis. I ran her electrolytes and all of them were normal, thankfully. I was worried mainly about potassium and then sodium. Potassium was 3.8, sodium was 139 if I'm not mistaken, which is okay for both. So yeah, I'm not so stressed about that anymore. I'm happy that at least her electrolytes are normal, and yeah, so now it's just managing the pyloric stenosis, confirming it really, and just managing it, and yeah, hoping that there won't be any complications. When I reviewed the child had some dehydration. I spoke about this in a previous vlog, so I won't really explain it, but there's no dehydration, some dehydration and severe dehydration. I'm going to put the vlog up here. But yeah, so the child had some dehydration, so I've left the child on plan B for hydration, and I'm going to go assess in 4 hours, which is going to be at 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so right now I've come to the call room. I think I'm going to like pull out a movie, maybe take a nap, because it's quiet. Like, it's quiet, guys. There's no one in the queue, there's nothing happening downstairs. And yeah, I hope something happens, otherwise this vlog won't see the internet. But yeah, it's quiet, like it's completely quiet. There's no patients. The line OPD is empty. Like, the doctor that I've left down there, my intern, is literally just on YouTube scrolling. So yeah, there's really nothing that's happening. But yeah, all right guys, so I'm about to start watching something. I'm going to relax. In about 4 hours I'll go check on that other patient, and then also I have to do an evening round of the patients that are in HDU, pediatric HDU. I have 2 patients. One is severe pneumonia, came in sepsis, and the other one is a child that is on the vent. So there is a history of hypoxic brain injury. The child was climbing a tree apparently, and I can't really get into it because I'm also trying to understand the history. But it's one of those things where, you know, child services query. But yeah, that's the other one that I have to review. Yeah, so once I see those 2, I think, yeah, that's about it. So those are the patients that I have to review. Oh, and then I did have an admission in this period of the time that I arrived. There has been an admission for dysentery. A child came in with a history of passing bloody stools, and yeah, suspected dysentery, but not anemic clinically. But of course, we've still taken bloods and tested for anemia, and we're going to see what the results are going to say. But yeah, so that's about it. It's a quiet day, guys. Honestly, it's like a very quiet call. I could have done this call from home, if I'm being honest. But we're here and we'll continue vlogging, and we'll see what else is going to come up. Okay, let me put on my laptop and I see what I'm going to do to entertain myself.
I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and shoot.
Hey guys, oh my gosh, let me just do this so at least there's a bit of light in the room. The time is 5:20, and yeah, I just took such a lovely nap, and it's been such a quiet call, you guys. Like, there's nothing happening. From the last time I spoke to you guys, I just checked our WhatsApp group. We haven't had any admissions, we haven't seen any patients. Like, it's just a very blissful Saturday. And yeah, so I want to go and review the 2 patients I told you guys about in HDU. I want to go and see them, and then by the time I'm done with them, I'm sure I'm going to be due to review the other some dehydration patient I mentioned. So I'll go review that one, and then I'll go do a post-admission round in September, of which there are only 2 patients to see. So it's, oh my gosh, it's like, it's so quiet. And for the vlog, it's bad because I don't have content for you, but for me it's wonderful because that means I just get to rest, and it's so great. Before I actually go to HDU, I want to pass by a neonatal ICU. I want to see if there's anything happening there. Of course, I know they would have called me if there was something, because they're just outside my door here. And yeah, they would have called me if there was a patient for admission or there was an emergency or something. But I just want to pass by and see what's up in that ward, check on a few patients, see that all is well, and then I'm going to leave the premises and go to HDU, and then go do my ward round. And yeah, like, this is one of the best call days I've had in a while, in a very, very long while.
Just say you will. Come through and chill. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hey guys, so it's pretty dark, as you can see. I am still at the hospital. I've been in HDU for the past 3 hours. HDU and acute Beluntembwe, because there were so many sick children. Many of them did not have cannulas, and cannulas had been attempted multiple times, and so I had to like go around cannulating a bunch of them. And then there's one patient who I literally spent, I think, like 40 minutes trying to cannulate that patient. It was crazy, but I finally managed, thanks be to God. So right now I just came out from HDU and I'm just moving my car because I parked a little bit far from the hospital under trees and everything, and since it's dark now, it's not safe for my car to be all the way that side. And so I just came to move my car, and I'm moving a little bit closer to the hospital. And while I was walking here, I've been called about 2 emergencies. One is in neonatal ICU. We have a child who is having recurrent apneic spells, so the child has gone apneic again. And then the other one is in OPD. A child has arrived in severe respiratory distress and is lethargic. And so I have asked my intern to rush upstairs and see the one in neonatal ICU, and then I am rushing to the one in OPD, and that's the one that I'm going to see just now. Usually they say if you have a very peaceful day, your night is going to be troublesome. It's proven to be true. But yeah, so I've come to park where all the other cars are parked, right in front of the hospital building, because it's safer here, and I'm about to head back inside and go see the emergency in OPD.
Yeah, the drop, still on top. These niggas wanna swap. Niggas wanna swap like a sauce in a box. I don't wanna change cause I'm good where I'm at. Multi, so I'm always good where I'm at. Word to Junior, Jazzy, Baby J. Tell them when I die, put my money in the couple figures, kill a skull and collect. She fuck a nigga, then she on to the next.
Hi beautiful people. The time is 8:50. And I just go to the mall. I want to rush in and get something to snack on quickly. I just finished reviewing the 2 emergencies that I said I had. The first one was in OPD. It was an emergency, but it wasn't like a danger red type of emergency. But the child was in severe respiratory distress. It was a case of acute bronchiolitis with superimposed pneumonia. And so when I got there, the saturations were in the 80s. And so we nebulized the child with normal saline, and afterwards at least the chest cleared out a bit. The saturation went up to 94, and yeah, so ended up admitting the child, and they are going to the ward. And then the other emergency that was in neonatal ICU, which I went after I finished with the patient in OPD, I went up to neonatal ICU. The child was having recurrent apneic spells and was resuscitated for up to like 30-40 minutes, and the child just kept having recurrent apneic spells and was unable to sustain spontaneous respirations. Yeah, so such patients are a bit, it's a bit here and go, but there's a history of vacuum delivery. So the child was born vaginal delivery, but it was an assisted vaginal delivery, meaning the child wasn't able to come out on their own, so they used a vacuum. And for such patients, we have different complications, of course, when the mother is delivering that can lead to the need of vacuum assistance for the child to come out, because if the child doesn't come out, then the child could just asphyxiate and die in that process. So they usually like extract the child via vacuum, but it's usually a last resort. And for them to use it, then obviously it was a last resort. But the complications of vacuum delivery are sometimes the children have hemorrhages in the brain, and usually a major symptom of brain hemorrhage is recurrent apneic spells, where they just stop breathing, and it happens recurrently. And so this is what we saw with this child. So yeah, it was just recurrent apneic spells because of the same intraventricular hemorrhage, because of the vacuum delivery. So it's just a sad situation. Like it's just a sad situation, and I had to cancel the mother and everything. So yeah, anyway guys, so I've rushed to the mall right now. I'm still yet to go and do post-admission on 3 patients. I've seen my acutely ill patients in Acute Bay, and then I need to go to the general ward for the most stable patients. So I have 2 enteric fevers and 1 acute gastroenteritis with some dehydration. The one with some dehydration has to be reassessed at 22, of which I just need to go see because it's a post-admission, and I know my intern is going to reassess later on in the night. And then I have 2 enteric fevers that I have to go and see. So I have 3 patients for post-admission, but I rushed to the mall because I want to get something to eat. I'm not hungry. I'm still full for my lunch, but I just want to get a snack because I know like I'll get hungry a little bit later. Not really hungry, but I know I'll crave something to eat a little bit later. I want to get like maybe some sweets, some snacks, some Doritos, or even just some juice, something that I know I can munch on a little bit later. Yeah, so that is what I want to do right now at the mall, and then I'll be heading back to the hospital. I'll go see my 3 patients, and then hopefully after that nothing is going to come up. If I do continue the vlog, I'll vlog whatever is going to come up, but if nothing comes up, then this is the end of the vlog, guys, because I am so exhausted. I'm really exhausted, and yeah, I'm tired. It was a very quiet day, but like just the last, I think 4-5 hours got like crazy busy, and I'm kind of tired. Thank you for watching this vlog, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. I highly appreciate your support, and if you watched the vlog to completion, I highly really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Many hours later.
Hey guys, good morning. The time right now is 9:30. Call continues. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of how the rest of my day went after I last spoke to you. It was quiet, at least. I came back, I did my post-admission, I saw those 3 patients, and then I went down to OPD. We admitted a few more, mainly pneumonia and malaria. And then yeah, the night was quiet, and then at 6 in the morning my intern called me, not 6, sorry, 7. My intern called me and told me he's really overwhelmed and it's busy. And so I went to OPD, and there were a bunch of emergencies. There was an asthmatic attack, who we nebulized, and at least the patient stabilized. We nebulized with salbutamol. And then we had a severely anemic baby. That child should have been like about one year 3 months, and severely anemic. Like pallor was plus, like it was white. So to check pallor, I usually check like the eye, you pull it down and you check the conjunctiva, and usually it's supposed to be pink, but for this baby it was like paper white, which shows that the child is very anemic. Suspected sickle cell disease because there's a family history of sickle cell, and the patient had hepatosplenomegaly. And so I'm really suspecting that that's a sickle cell patient. We took for testing, and of course we've had to prepare for a blood transfusion. The blood is currently being prepared. And then we had some emergencies in neonatal ICU. We had a convulsing patient, HIE, and then we also had a certification. The patient that I spoke about yesterday, the one who kept having recurrent apneic spells, unfortunately passed on. So yeah, that one was certified in the early hours of this morning. And then we had some admissions, prematurity, and so on and so forth. And then back in OPD, another patient arrived, a non-DKA patient. So we know our patients, like diabetic patients, sickle cell patients, they are those who frequently come to the hospital with complications, and you know the patients. And so we know this patient. I knew her rather, because I had treated her multiple times. And she came in, and first of all, she was just wasted. And we usually see that in diabetic children. If they're not taking their medicines routinely, they usually waste, and they come in very wasted. So she was very wasted, number 1. Number 2, she was severely anemic. And number 3, she was in shock. So the mother says that she was having diarrhea and vomiting. And so she actually arrived in shock. And so cannulation was a hassle, and we started IV fluids, but fortunately cardiac activity stopped, and we started resuscitating. I'm just resuscitating right now. We resuscitated for a while. I don't know if you can hear crying in the background. That's the mother. She's just come out of the hospital. Yeah, we resuscitated for a while, and unfortunately the child has died, and I feel so bad because I know the child, you know, and I've treated the child multiple times. The child has come in severely ill multiple times. I know the mother, you know, and just to have a death, the child was 12 years old, and to have a death so early in the morning, yeah, it's just not a nice way to end the call. Yeah, guys, like honestly, yeah, the call was going well, but this morning has been crazy. So I just thought I'd update you on how the rest of the call went. This is me now officially ending my call. The time is 9:30. My call was supposed to end at 8, but because of the emergencies that we have from 7 until now, we've just been seeing patients. So yeah, the morning team arrived. I was working with the morning team. So now I'm leaving the hospital officially, and yeah, I'll see you guys. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.